So you finally hit a breaking point and decide to outsource. You open Fiverr, you open Upwork, and you make the mistake that quietly drains your business. You treat them like they're the exact same thing. They aren't. If you use Upwork for a quick task, you'll burn hours interviewing for something that should have taken 20 minutes. If you use Fiverr for a complex project, you walk straight into scope creep, endless revisions, and extra charges every 5 minutes. The financial anchor and the expanded pain. And here's where people really lose money. You hire a cheap $5 an hour VA. Sounds smart, right? But then you spend 10 hours fixing their work. If your time is worth even $200 an hour, that cheap hire just cost you $2,000. That's not outsourcing, that's you paying to stay stuck. And here's the part nobody talks about. It's not just the money, it's the momentum you lose. Because now, instead of moving forward, you're stuck fixing, re-explaining, redoing work that should have been done right the first time. And that's where businesses stall, not because people aren't working hard, but because they're working on the wrong things. The pivot. So let's fix that. In this video, I'm breaking down exactly when to use Fiverr and when to use Upwork, the hidden fees nobody talks about in 2026, and how to actually buy your time back without burning your profit. Let's get into it. Section 2. Fiverr, speed versus trap. Let's start with Fiverr. Rule is simple. Fiverr is your execution engine. You use it to buy speed. You need a thumbnail in 6 hours, quick audio cleanup, something done without a call, a meeting, or back and forth. Fiverr wins every time. It's a product on a shelf. You click buy, it gets delivered. But here's where people get burned. They try to run real projects through Fiverr. That's the mistake. Let me give you a real example. I've seen people try to build an entire YouTube channel using Fiverr gigs. A thumbnail from one person, editing from another, script from someone else, and nothing matches. The style is off, the tone is off, the messaging is inconsistent, and then they wonder why the content doesn't perform. Because there's no strategy behind it, just disconnected execution. Fiverr works when the task is clear. It breaks when the vision isn't. Because Fiverr isn't built for complexity, it's built for volume. Their entire system in 2026 is driven by one thing: speed. If a freelancer misses a deadline, they disappear in search. So what do? They rush your work to beat the clock. Not your strategy, not your brand, the clock. And the second you ask for something outside the original scope, that'll be another $50. Now your $40 job turns into $150 and 3 days of back and forth. The margin bleed. Now let's talk about how they quietly take your money. Fiverr charges a 5.5% buyer fee. Fine, but here's where it gets sneaky. Anything under $100 gets hit with a $3 small order fee. So if you go out and buy 5 $20 gigs trying to piece something together, you just paid $15 in fees alone. That's a 15% tax just for clicking buy too many times. Stop doing that. Bundle your work, push it over $100, protect your margin. Section 3. Upwork, leverage versus casino. Now, Upwork, completely different game. If Fiverr buys you speed, Upwork buys you time. This is where you build leverage. This is where you find someone who learns your systems, your voice, your business, and actually grows with you. But if you think you can just post a job and find a rock star overnight, you're gonna lose money. And I've seen the opposite happen on Upwork too. Someone hires a VA, but they don't train them, don't give clear expectations, and then 2 weeks later they say Upwork doesn't work. No, you didn't build a system. Upwork only works when you are clear, because now you're not buying a task, you're building a relationship, and that requires leadership, not just delegation. Because Upwork in 2026, it's a pay-to-play system. Freelancers have to spend money just to apply to your job. So the good ones, they're not wasting their connects on vague, low-quality job posts. What you get instead is a flood of copy-paste proposals, people juggling 10 clients, and the biggest risk of all, ghosting. You hire them, and suddenly your project isn't a priority anymore. The sunk cost. And just like Fiverr, Upwork takes their cut too. They now charge contract initiation fees, up to $14.99 per hire. So when I see people hire 10 freelancers at $50 each just to test them, you just burned $150 in fees alone, before real work even started. That's not smart scaling, that's management bloat. But here's the flip side most people miss. Upwork rewards commitment. Once you spend $10,000 with a freelancer, their fee drops to 5%, which means they make more without charging you more. That's leverage. That's how you scale without increasing costs. If you don't understand this difference, you don't just waste time, you stall your entire business. The decision framework. So here's the simplest way to decide. Ask yourself one question. Will I need this again next week? If the answer is no, it's a one-off. Use Fiverr. By speed. If the answer is yes, it keeps coming back, that's a system. And systems belong on Upwork. That one decision alone will save you thousands. Section 4, the hybrid model. So how do you actually win this? You don't pick one, you build a machine. This is the hybrid play, and this is where everything changes. You go to Upwork and you hire one person, not 10 freelancers, not chaos, one high-level operator, someone who understands your standards, your brand, how you think. And then they go to Fiverr. They handle the thumbnails, the edits, the quick-turn tasks. They deal with the deadlines, the revisions, the extra charges. Not you. You talk to one person, and now you've got the leverage of Upwork powered by the speed of Fiverr. That's how you scale. That's how you get your time back. And here's why this matters, because the moment you stop being the middleman in your own business, everything speeds up. Decisions get made faster, work gets done faster, and you finally get out of the weeds and back into the part of the business that actually makes money, the CTA. Look, every day you stay stuck doing everything yourself, you're choosing it. You're stepping over $5,000 opportunities to save $50. That's the trade you're making, and at some point, that has to stop. So if you're ready to actually fix this, the links to Fiverr and Upwork are in the description. Don't overthink it. Open them. Look at your task list. What's slowing you down right now? If it's a quick task, use Fiverr. Buy speed. If it's something you keep touching every single week, use Upwork. Buy your time back. Set it up today. Stop paying to stay stuck. You don't need to get this perfect. You just need to start. One task, one hire, one decision to stop doing everything yourself. I'll see you in the next one.